Quest presents an unabridged recording of A Disturbing Thing Happened Today by Conrad Jones, narrated by Andy Cresswell. Chapter 1. Detective Chief Inspector Alan Williams checked his watch again. His DI, Kim Davies, was over an hour late, which was unheard of. It was completely out of character, and it was making him feel unsettled. Something was wrong. He sensed it. Her father had been an overbearing bully with a hatred of tardiness, which led to her having a phobia of being late for anything. He used to tell her she would be late for her own funeral, which was a disturbing thought for a little girl. She was actually late for his funeral by 3 days, but that was intentional. His influence meant Kim arrived early to meetings, functions, interviews, and every single shift to avoid the issue raising its head. Other people being late drove her to distraction, which amused Alan no end. Alan had been managing police officers for decades, and he realized employees are occasionally late. But not Kim. Never. Something was amiss. Alan felt uneasy, but couldn't put his finger on the reason why. It was a gut feeling. He had trusted his gut feeling many times through his career, and his first instinct was usually the right one. His knee ached, and he rubbed at the pain, but there was something more than arthritis seeping through his bones. He felt a sense of dread creeping deep inside him, concentrated in the pit of his stomach and spreading like a cancer through his bones. A knock on his door disturbed his thoughts, and he looked up to see D.S. Richard Lewis pop his head around the door. His grey hair was wispy and wild, and his ruddy cheeks told Alan he had only just arrived in the building. "Alanio," he said cheerily, "good morning to you. I trust all is as well as it should be." "You look windswept and cold," Alan said. The island's winds had played havoc with his head on the short walk from his car into the station. "My recycling trolley was last seen heading across the fields towards Roscollin." "Another one gone?" Richard said, shaking his head as if they'd lost a valued friend. "That's what comes of living on a rock in the Irish Sea," Richard said, trying to smooth his hair down. The Anglesey winds paid no attention to hairstyles, no matter how well sprayed or gelled. He looked like a mad professor on a bad day. "It's a cross we must bear to dwell in God's country." "It is indeed," Alan said. "I'm making a drink."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?